Another day, another heinous debacle for the price of Bitcoin. Is a plunge below 10,000 potentially looming here in the shadows? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the savagery we're seeing inside the chart right now. Grandma's cookies and a bottle of yo-ho-ho. Has Don Carbonaccio not been pointing out that this trend looks to me like a classic market cycle pattern formation? My friends, I've seen the similarities here with a blow off top on high volume, a plunge with a potential reaction rally which becomes unsustainable and leads to further downside action. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the crossroads of a potentially large market movement that, in my opinion, may in fact define this trend as a whole. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin right here on the 1 hour time frame. If we recap just a little bit, we had our epic run all the way to roughly 13,800. We hit our 0.618 golden Fibonacci retracement to a T, and then had an epic sell-off, okay? Now, if you are subscribed here, you would know by now, over the past several streams, I've been outlining how similar, in my opinion, what we've seen here looks to a classic market cycle. Now, this has even been further validated, in my opinion here, as we had a huge rally on high volume. Let's actually go out here to the 1 day time frame to inspect this. The highest volume of the entire trend here, okay, came in right at the exact top. This is a characteristic of what happens at the top of a market cycle. Your last leg up and your first leg down have the most high volume profiles of the trend, okay? And we see that right here. And if we go into the 4 hour as well, it is also quite obvious. Our last push up had high volume, and our first candle down, extremely high volume, okay? Then we had our little capitulation blow off top, very large movement to the downside, roughly about 25%. Then we had a reaction rally, right? All the moon boys, see Kirby, see, this isn't anything, this isn't bearish Kirby, we're going right back up to the moon. But James, Joe, what you had to be looking at here, my friend, was that the volume profile up here began to get very weak. Where were the buyers, James? Where were the buyers, Joe? All right? And just to make this clear, okay, when in any trading market, right, how this works is that with high volume here, this means a lot of capital is being traded as this market is moving down, right? And although the price was sustaining at this level, the volume was very low, right? And now the price can move up on low volume, right? Which, in case you're not familiar, there doesn't need to be that much buying in terms of dollar amount going on. It's just the order book. If you buy $1 worth of Bitcoin at the current price, that pushes the price up, right? You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin or anything to push the price up, right? If the price is, hypothetically 10,000 and the next order in the book is $10,001 and you buy $1 worth at $10,001, you've just pushed the price up, right? With only $1, where it could have been that millions and millions of dollars were used to push the price down, just to put it in perspective. So when this level was maintaining here and these moon boys were going, oh, Kirby, you want to look at this sheet? You want to... And I'm sitting here going, James, Joe, I'm just looking out for my best interest here in this chart. And as a trader, I'm looking to crush this market in one direction or the other. And what I've seen here was a low volume reaction rally after a blow off top, which looks to me exactly the same as what we saw in 2017 after our blow off top on high volume, capitulation down, followed by an unsustainable reaction rally on relatively low volume before an epic plunge deep down into the crypto abyss. And right now, what I'm seeing over here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we've broken some very, very key support levels. For me, this was the first sign of first warning sign here was at about 11,800. I'm going to get into that in a moment. Second here was the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement around 11,300. We broke that, and not only with that, but we broke this historic range here of price support, right? And this, to me, is going to become very problematic now, as once Bitcoin tests back up, potentially all the way to roughly 11,000, if we get rejected here, this whole move again means nothing, in my opinion, okay? And you have to pay attention to the volume profiles, okay, right? Where was the volume here when we were up in this region? Non-existent. The volume was certainly here when we were selling, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we sell again, right? And look at the volume, comes right back in. So for me right now, where is the buy volume? It appears to me to be non-existent. I know I'm not speculating to the upside here. I haven't been. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, Don Carbonaccio opened a short position at 11,752. Shout out to my VIPs. I kept you guys updated with this position in real time. Like I said, as soon as I saw this level break here, for me, it signified that things may begin to get problematic. We wound up actually breaking out of this channel here like this. We broke down. We broke below our prior consolidation range here. I'll draw a quick box just to recap my thoughts here. We dropped below the box. We dropped out of the channel. And for me, ladies and gentlemen, the risk reward for a short position looked extremely favorable to me. I took that position. Right now, it's been absolutely beautiful. If we just take a look, right, at where this went from, right, roughly in this vicinity all the way down to the current low was over a 15% drop, and at current price, over 10% drop. Playing this market like a spit shine trombone. Let's get this crypto. Right now, I have taken some profits here. As you can see, these are all my VIP alerts. I keep you all updated in VIP with every single trade I make. Shout out to my VIPs. I took some profits at 11,065. I took some more at 11,300. And just to recap why to move through my trade, well, in fact, we saw a dump here, right? The initial dump, and I saw that this trade looked to be a perfect entry for me here at this level. But then we got a reaction rally here again, right? And I just wanted to take some profit, take some risk off the table, and then leave about 50% of my position live, and we did wound up plunging again. So right now, 50% of my position is still live. Right now, I am moving my stop loss down and down to lock in profits and get this crypto. And for me, right now, ladies and gentlemen, the classic saying in trading, right, is you cut your losers short and you let your winners run. And for me right now, I'm seeing some targets here that if we break below my green box here, things may get absolutely devastating in terms of the price, but extremely prosperous for those that are short on the market. Of course, I'm transparent with you guys. I'm showing you that I am short right now. I'll never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. This is just my own analysis. Technical analysis is never perfect. But for me right now, I want to show some other signs here that I'm seeing problems with, right? And let's begin with right here. The volume moving average, we can see clearly, is now just been moving downward as we were moving up, and now is beginning to pick up here once again while we continue down, meaning to me that the sell pressure and the sell volume is much higher than the buy volume right now. Two, if we look here at the 1-day time frame, we had a bearish divergence on a macro level for the RSI, right? That played out to a T. We'll actually move this up here to make it perfect. we had an RSI divergence here. And the problem for me now, my friends, is that we still are only at a 53 on the RSI. We are in completely neutral territory, which means that if this is going to continue to dump here, there is an awful lot of room to move down, not only to the 30 level, which begins oversold territory, but even if we are to dump down below, there's a ton of room right now, right, in terms of where this could potentially go. So as this trend looks increasingly bearish to me, if this level is not to hold here, and we are to find resistance up around this $11,000 region or even below, ladies and gentlemen, you can see this box can be dragged down. It's open for interpretation here. There's a lot of candles and wicks and nonsense all throughout here. So if we are to retest anywhere up in this vicinity and plunge, I think that RSI has a lot of room to potentially run to the downside. You see what I'm saying? If this was already here on the 1 day, if we were already somewhere down here, maybe it's a little bit different for me. Maybe I don't think that, maybe it would give a little bit more probability to the fact that this box of support would hold. You see what I'm saying? I'm speaking hypothetically, but right now, for me, there's a lot of room that can potentially be ran to the downside here on the RSI. So mix that in with the bearish confluence of indicators I'm seeing, and to me, it looks like there's an awful lot of room to run to the downside, especially if this market cycle formation is going to wind up playing out. Now, let's talk about this for a second, because I know right now all these moon boys, right, just howling at the moon when that clock strikes midnight and they turn into whatever creatures of the night that they turn into, howling at the moon. Oh, Kirby, your technical analysis, it doesn't mean anything. We're going to the moon. All right, James, you can keep howling at the moon, standing there with your tablet, caressing your portfolio of poop coins underneath the moonlight, howling. You can do that, my friend. For me, I'm going to continue to crush this market and get this crypto, trading these swings every chance that I get. And right now, if we move over to the Bitcoin futures chart, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you all some very important gaps here, okay? So if you're not familiar here, in the traditional markets, gaps love to fill for whatever reason. They do not have to fill. The thing is that per classical technical analysis theory, these gaps do in fact love to fill. And what we've seen here is that we had a gap at 10,648 to 10,100. As of today, it filled, ladies and gentlemen. We wicked right into it, all right? So I have the check mark here. Gap number 1, filled. Don Carbonaccio's first bearish target, filled. And that was also sentiment for me to take a short here at 11,752 like an absolute savage, because where we could expect to see a dump down to was somewhere down into this box. Now, potential target area number 2 per the gap fills, right, is down below here, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, at between, roughly 9,000 and 8,500. And my friends, this gap, to me, has a ton of confluence in this area. You see all of this price action in here, right? All of this action looming around this gap fill. And to me, it would not be out of the ordinary at all to see a blow off top take us right back down into an area of average price action, which totally, in my opinion, coincides with this range. And the moon boys and degenerates, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to cry to Don Carbonaccio. But I just want you all to understand why that a lot of people in this space don't want to hear bearish analysis, okay? The thing is, guys, is that this is a trading market, right? If you don't trade, you should not be going through the agony of watching trading videos if you only want to hear sentiment of why it goes to the upside. Right? For me, me listening to some speech about, well, the fiat system's going to collapse and, Bitcoin's going to become the world reserve currency in the year 20,788, and that does no good for me. Don Carbonaccio is here to play and trade the swings right here, right now. You guys know, shout out to my VIPs. I've been long all the way up to the upside. I took a long at 84.17. I took a long at 94.14. Took a long 10,900. And I closed all of those positions up here for massive, massive gains. Now that I've seen that we have a potential blow off top, followed by a potentially unsustainable low volume reaction rally, and now a dip down after a potential complacency phase, ladies and gentlemen, Don Carbonaccio has switched my bias in the short term from bullish to bearish. And right now, I'm playing it to the downside, getting this crypto. And if I see that more rejections come in here, I may be looking to up my position, take more shorts, and look for further downside action. A lot of these moon boys, this is not something that they want to hear, okay? But the fact of the matter is that if you're going to play this market, you have to be able to play both directions, James. If you don't, it's like driving a car that only turns right. And every time that somebody gives you directions that has a left turn in it, you say, nope, I only want directions that has right turns. And if you tell me this is directions with left turns, no! What's wrong with you, James? What's wrong with you, Joe? Trading means up and down, my friend. And if there's movements to the upside that Don Carbonaccio is looking to strike upon, then I take it. If there's action to the downside that Don Carbonaccio is looking to strike upon, then I take it. And right now, for me, we appear to look in an awfully familiar pattern formation to me. And the fact of the matter is that Don Carbonaccio has been crushing this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. And right now, with this combination, with right here on the past 30 days, Bitcoin Google trend volume plunging from our absolute peak, which coincides with the top of the trend, right? Gee, I wonder why. Because all the moon boys, average Joes, and James at the water coolers, right? Sipping that H2O out of a cone-shaped cup, eating pepperoni sticks and cheese cubes, dusting the cobwebs off grandma's fine china cabinet, telling me, Kirby, but we're going to the moon, right, Kirby? Right, Kirby, right? And I'm just sitting here posting realistic technical analysis with experience in this market tucked under my belt, ladies and gentlemen, crushing it. And right now, the 30-day data has plunged, right? Completely coinciding with no more over-exuberance from these moon boys. If we look on a 7-day scale, just to really zoom in here, we could see that this has fallen off of a cliff even more with our June 26th, just so we understand, right here, ladies and gentlemen, this was June 26th, okay? Just so you understand. Volume at its highest, every James at the water cooler in the world searching for Google Trends Bitcoin. And now look where we've plunged to, ladies and gentlemen, below a 30, right? Below a 30, which means 70% of the volume from this week in search volume on Google Trends has dropped off the face of the earth, okay? The crypto fear and greed index is still in greedy territory, ladies and gentlemen. We are still at a 65 on the greed scale here. Yet, we appear to me to be in a classic market cycle, right? So let's actually discuss here, right? So if that gap does fill at 8,000, between 9,000 and 8,000, what does this mean for the trend as a whole? Because I'm not sitting here saying, Bitcoin's worthless, it's going to zero. That is nothing, guys. That is nothing. And I hope that you all understand by now, if you are subscribed here, that that's not what I mean by any of this, right? That's not what I mean at all. I'm trading the swings, right? I'm looking for long and short opportunity, right? Why would I have wanted to hodl through this right now, right? Do you understand? Why would I have wanted to watch this all go up here and all come down and make nothing? That's not what I do. When it goes up, I look to make and take profit. Then if it's going down, I look to short, make profit, take profit. And if it's going up again, I want to ride the trend again. That is a swing trader, okay? That is what I do. And if you want all of my personal entries, exits, targets, positions, trades in real time, like these updates I'm showing you right here, right now, my friends, this is what I provide for you in VIP in absolute real time. Every trade I take, every entry I make, every take profit, I post it all for you in real time. Every strategy, like I've outlined here, right? I've been moving my stop losses down, etc., etc. Shout out to all my VIPs and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will keep you all updated in real time with every single trade I make as I continue to plan to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Let's get this crypto. And now let's just discuss here a little bit further, guys. If this is to fill the gap down here, right? Well, what can we potentially expect from this trend, like in terms of a macro view, right? So let's discuss. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. So now, if we do fill the gap, right, which is right around 9,000 to 8,000, right? So let's draw a little box here to point this out. Let's go from 9,000 right to here, okay? We have our Fibonacci, the 0.5 fib retracement, coinciding right inside this region. And we also have a lot of tentative price action, which, if we can also see here, ranges all the way down to about the 0.618 golden retracement. For me, ladies and gentlemen, if that does fill the gap there, I also see sentiment that we could overshoot it to the downside, because this area, for me in particular, let's draw this here. I'm actually going to change the color of the box so that we're not confused with it as being a resistance zone and not confused with it with the green box below. We'll make this pink here, okay? So this range for me, ladies and gentlemen, is truly the sweet spot of the whole trend, right? That is the 0.618 golden retracement. That is the area above our old price historic action support, right, around 6,000 to 7,000, and we'd also have filled the gaps at that time and be in a sweet spot between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci. If we drop down to this range, right, many will be shouting, "It's over! Oh, it's over! We're going back to 1,000! Everybody's wrong!" I don't necessarily see that as the case. Sure, if we drop below these regions, that is very, very bearish in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, as all of these bullish potential support zones would have been lost. That would be very bearish to me. But until this 0.618 is broken, until this green box proves to play nothing of importance, I could see that this is a healthy sell-off. It may seem crazy, right? It may seem crazy. But, ladies and gentlemen, if we are to retrace back to that 0.618 Fibonacci and then climb above and make new highs eclipsing this right here at 13,800, that is so bullish, in my opinion, as we would have hit our Fibonacci extension, hit our Fibonacci retracement, and then climb to new highs. That is extremely, extremely healthy, in my opinion. The thing is that you just have to be ready for whatever happens, right? As I've stated here, I have stop losses in place because if my bearish thesis is negated, I'm going to get stopped out for beautiful profits here, right? I've shown you here. I already have my stop losses placed in profits. So if the trend does go against my thesis, I'm already locked in profit. I'm not losing anything, right? And if we decide to just burst through these levels here, consolidate, burst to new highs, Don Carbonaccio is going to be switching my strategy right on the fly. Trading is a 24/7, 365 type of environment, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be ready to switch everything on the fly to get this crypto. And that is why I keep you guys updated with everything in real time in VIP. I can only post here on YouTube once per day, but I keep you updated around the clock 24/7 with every single trade strategy that I formulate in real time for you in VIP. And right now, I'm telling you, if this trend looks like it's showing more signs of weakness, I'm going to be looking for more opportunities to short this thing to the downside. And I will be posting that for you in VIP. Like I've shown you already, my trades right now are in beautiful profits here. And if I can add to that position for more potential profit, that is what I'm going to do. On the contrary, if I get stopped out for my profits in here, as I've already locked in my gains, and we look like we may be due for more upside action, then I'm going to play this to the upside, long it, and I'll be posting my trades for you in there as well. Either way this breaks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to play it and crush it. But the thing is right now is that I wouldn't say it's abnormal at all for a retracement down to that gap fill at 0.5, which is a 40% decline from the top. Savage, heinous, and a borderline ludicrous debacle, if you do in fact ask me. And if we overshoot it to the downside, just like we've overshot to the upside on this tentative market cycle, It wouldn't surprise me at all to potentially retrace down into this pink box here between the 0.618 Fibonacci and our old historic price action support. Let's get this crypto. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, as this trend develops, if we continue to see further downside action, you watch. Everybody now is going to start showing you this cheat sheet here. And you all know Don Carbonaccio was pointing this out for you well in advance, ladies and gentlemen, while all the moon boys hooting and hollering, "Get wrecked, Kirby, get wrecked, Kirby." Yeah, been getting wrecked, longing this whole way, taking profits this whole way. I took one little losing trade in here. Now I've shorted for large gains again. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, they can cry and do everything they want. But we all know here, right? A Don a day keeps the wrecked city away. Let's get this crypto. And whether or not, ladies and gentlemen, these moon boys, they don't have to like this stream, or they can like it. But either way, they better learn to love it, because this stream right here is the best thing going inside the cryptocurrency space today. Let's get this crypto. Diamonds are forever, and so is Don Carbonaccio. Let's get this crypto. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be playing this trend aggressively. Like I said, I'm going to be looking to add to my position to further tentatively increase my profits here to the downside if I see that's what's necessary for me to get this crypto. And I will be keeping you updated in VIP with every trade in real time that I make. And if we get negated, my stop loss gets hit and I collect my profits, maybe I look for plays to the upside, or I look for more rejections here for more plays to the downside. I'm ready to play this market in whichever way that I feel gives me the highest probability to succeed. And I will be posting all of my trades, strategies, etc. for you in real time in VIP 24/7. So shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Watch for all the other analysts, ladies and gentlemen, that are going to be showing you this chart now, because we all know, right? They all watch Don Carbonaccio. They all know that the Don posted this first after this blow off top into a complacency rally. And now that it becomes so obvious, right? After Don played it like a fiddle and shorted the complacency stage. Now these moon boys will start to show you it down here once it becomes completely irrelevant. Don Carbonaccio likes to stay one step, two steps ahead of every other trader, analyst, and bot inside this market. Let's get this crypto. I'm fired up and I'm ready to crush this market. Today's the day, James. Are you going to crush this market, or are you going to be the one that gets crushed? The choice is yours. Today is the day to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP right now. I'll keep you updated with my trades here as I look to add to my position, look to take my profits, and look to get this crypto. So shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you all in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Until next time, my friends, I'll see you all in VIP right now. And until next time, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.